In a quiet Ohio town, three friends click play on a band midnight ritual video. What they see on the screen starts happening inside the house. The candles on the screen bent as if gasping for air. The hooded woman drew a circle of ash and looked straight at us, though she was only a video. "If you are watching," she whispered, "you are inside the circle." The lights in our living room went out. The TV kept glowing. Something cold touched the back of my neck. "Ethan," a voice said from inside the screen. Earlier that night we were not trying to be stupid. We were just bored. It was Friday. Rain tapped the windows of my grandma's old house in Maple Bend, Ohio. The house smelled like damp wood and old metal, like pennies and wet leaves. My best friend Maya was on the floor with a blanket. Ben sat cross-legged by the TV stand, digging in a dusty box of tapes and old cables my grandma never threw out. "People say a video lives here," Ben said. "A ritual. It was on public access TV once, then they took it down." I laughed to sound brave. "Stuff like that is always fake." Maya glanced at the dark hallway. "Let's not mess with weird stuff." The hall looked wrong. Shadows stretched too long, like the house was still growing in the night. Dust floated through a slice of street light leaking under the curtains. The floorboards sighed from the cold air slipping under the doors. Somewhere a clock ticked slow and heavy. Ben found a small black drive in the box, plastic cracked, labeled in silver pen. "Don't watch." He made a face. "Okay, this is someone's joke." I said, "We watch a minute, then we laugh, then we eat pizza." 30 seconds, Maya said. We plugged it into an old media player. The TV took a breath and lit the room a sick, pale blue. The video started with a hiss of static. For a second, the picture rolled up and down like the tape wanted out. Then the image settled. A basement that wasn't ours. Concrete walls. A ring of white ash on the floor. 5 black candles burned without dripping. A woman in a hood stood outside the circle, holding something wrapped in cloth. I felt the room tilt. The smell of the candles on the screen seemed to crawl out into our air, a blown-out scent like a match right after it dies. "Turn it off," Maya whispered. "Let's see the trick," Ben said, voice too loud. The woman looked up. I swear she looked right at us. Her face was pale, but her eyes were dark and steady, like 2 pieces of night. "If you are watching," she said, voice soft, "you are taking part." The lamp behind us flickered. I reached to turn it brighter. It flickered again. One bulb buzzed like a trapped fly. "That's not funny," Maya said. On the screen, the woman placed the cloth bundle at the edge of the circle and unwrapped it. Inside was a small mirror like something from a purse. The glass showed the candle flames. They wobbled, then stood straight, pulled thin like strings. "Do not move," the woman said. "Do not speak a name." We heard footsteps above us. Slow, careful steps across the ceiling, as if someone large was walking heel-toe along the rafters. Dust came down in a faint sprinkle. I thought of my grandma's empty bedroom upstairs. We had checked it twice. No one was there. "Grandma?" I called before I could stop myself. "Don't say a name," Maya hissed. The TV stuttered. Lines ran through the picture and the sound dragged low. The woman lifted the mirror so the camera saw us in it, or it felt that way. In the glass, I saw a dim hall, stretched shadows, and a rectangle of blue TV light. I saw the edge of our couch and Ben's shoe bouncing at the heel. I saw a blur that could have been us, sitting too close. Then, behind that blur, a tall, dark shape stepped into our hall in the mirror's reflection. Its shoulders brushed both sides of the doorway. Then the glass flashed white. Ben jumped up and laughed too hard. "Prank. That's a prank." Just then the kitchen door knob began to turn. Slow. Metal clicking. The knob moved halfway and stopped. We all stared at it. The door was locked. The knob turned again, back the other way, slow, patient, like someone thinking about coming in. "Mom?" I tried, then swallowed the word. The woman's voice came again, steady and calm. "If the door moves, do not open it. If you hear your name, do not answer." The air in the living room turned cold, brushing my ankles like water. Goosebumps rose along my arms. My hair lifted as if a hand hovered near it. A soft whisper came from behind my ear, close enough to chill my skin. "Ethan," it breathed. "Let us in." I didn't say. The mirror on the screen caught a shape leaning in close to us from the side we couldn't see. We heard a breath in the dark, slow and damp, like air through wet cloth. It came from the new doorway. "Who's there?" I asked, and immediately wished I hadn't. The voice from the TV answered like a friend. "Ethan." Ben's phone chimed. He looked down. The screen showed a text with no number. "Open the door." The letters slid on the screen as if written by a finger inside the glass. He shook his head hard. "No." The less extreme thing felt small next to all this, but it made my stomach twist. I looked at the wall and saw every picture frame turned around. We hadn't touched them. The faces of my family were now in the dark, glass to the wall, backs to us, like even the pictures didn't want to see. The woman on the TV set the little mirror face down in the ash circle, as if hiding a mouth. 3 watches, she said. 3 doors. At the third, something crosses. How many have we watched? Maya whispered. I counted without wanting to. We had seen the woman speak twice already. The candles bent again for a third time. The new doorway in our hall creaked and began to inch open. Cold air spilled over our feet. The TV made a long, low hum that vibrated in my chest. From upstairs we heard a soft thud. Then the slow drag of something heavy moving toward the stairs. We leave now, Ben said. He grabbed my sleeve. We stood as one of the black candles on the TV blew out on its own. Smoke curled across the screen. The TV colors bled at the edges as if the picture were melting. In the melting picture, a shape turned its head toward us, like a person inside a bad dream finally noticing the dreamer. The living room lamp flashed once, bright as a camera, and died. In the dark, the new door swung wide all the way, revealing a set of steps going down, down, down where there should have been a wall. Cold air rolled up from the black. A voice rose from below, not on the TV but in our house, and spoke my name, clear and close. Ethan, it said. Come finish the ritual. The air from the new doorway was colder now, so cold my breath showed white in the dark. The smell of blown-out candles and wet earth filled the living room. We stood frozen, listening to the faint dragging sound from the stairs. Each scrape was slow, careful, heavy, like something that didn't want to be heard but couldn't help it. Maya clutched my sleeve. It's coming up. Ben's flashlight clicked on with a weak yellow beam. The stairs beyond the new door were narrow, wood gray as ash, leading down into black nothing. The light barely touched the first few steps before fading, swallowed whole. We need to go, Ben said. His voice shook but he tried to sound brave. Where? Maya whispered. He didn't answer, just took one step toward the plug behind the TV. If I pull it, everything stops. Before he could reach it, the TV flickered back on by itself. The woman in the hood was gone. In her place was the empty basement from the video, but not empty anymore. There was something standing inside the circle of ash, tall and dark. It twitched like a shadow trying to remember how to be solid. The camera in the video seemed to move closer on its own. A faint hum filled the room, almost like a heartbeat under the floorboards. Don't look at it, Maya whispered again, but we couldn't stop. The thing in the video lifted its head. 2 gray lights glowed where eyes should be, flickering like candle flames. Then bang. The sound came from upstairs. We all jumped. A door slammed hard enough to rattle the windows. That's Grandma's room, I said. We listened. The next sound was soft, bare feet padding across the ceiling. Then another slam closer, this time the bathroom door. The rhythm was wrong, too slow for footsteps. More like dragging. Ben whispered, Ethan, if your grandma's ghost is mad, we're dead. That's not her, I said, and I knew it was true. My grandma had passed away last winter. The house had been empty for months. The hallway light buzzed once and died again. For a second, the room was pitch black except for the ghostly glow from the TV. Dust hung in the air, glowing like tiny stars. Then came the whisper, soft, close just behind us. Finish the ritual. We spun around. No one. But the air behind the couch shimmered, like heat rising off a road. Maya backed. Ben grabbed the unplugged power cord and threw it across the room. No more. No more. But the TV came on one final time. The woman leaned close to the camera, her mouth twisting too wide to be human. 3 watches, she said. The second has ended. The image glitched. The ash circle in her basement began to burn from the inside out, white flame eating through the floor. She looked up at us again, and this time I swear her face started to look like mine. Maya screamed. The front door unlocked with a loud click. Relief hit me, until I saw the knob turning by itself, slowly, as if someone outside was letting themselves in. The smell of wet dirt rushed through the cracks. A shape moved on the porch, its shadow sliding under the door before it even opened. Then a knock came, 3 slow knocks that shook the walls. Knock, knock, knock. We froze, staring at the door. The voice outside spoke softly, the same one from the TV, from the mirror, from everywhere. Ethan, it whispered, it's time for you to open. The knob turned all the way. The door creaked inward. Cold night air flooded in, and something tall and pale stepped across the threshold. The front door drifted open like it had forgotten how to stop. Wind rushed through the house, cold and wet, blowing papers from the coffee table. The porch light flickered weakly, then died, leaving only the faint blue glow from the TV behind us. The thing on the porch wasn't clear at first, just a shadow taller than the doorway. Its head tilted to one side too far, like its neck was made of rope. Its feet were bare, dripping water onto the floorboards. Maya grabbed my hand. "Don't look," she whispered. But it was too late. My eyes were already locked on it. The smell of mud and something sour, like blown-out candles and old flowers, filled my throat. Ben reached for the baseball bat by the wall. "Get out," he shouted. "You hear me? Get out." The figure stepped forward, and the house seemed to exhale. Every door in the hallway opened again, one by one, in a chain of slow, hollow creaks. The kitchen clock began ticking backward faster and faster. Then stopped at 3 a.m. The TV spoke again, the woman's voice calm and low. "Third watch," she said. "Once seen, it cannot be unseen." I turned toward the screen. The hooded woman's face was closer than ever, her skin gray and flaking like ash. Her mouth opened, and a stream of dark smoke poured out, filling her basement. As the smoke rose, the figure from the porch stepped through it, on the screen and in real life, both moving in the same motion like reflections. Ben swung the bat. The figure didn't flinch. The bat went straight through it like through heavy air. It hit the wall behind us with a dull thud, leaving a dent. Then, something new. The mirror from the video appeared on our TV stand. I don't know how or when, but it was there, small, cracked, and wet. Water pooled under it, spreading slowly across the wood. Maya backed away. "Ethan, it's the same one. The one from the video." The mirror trembled, tiny ripples on its surface. I leaned closer before I could stop myself. Inside the glass, I didn't see our faces. I saw a basement, the same one from the video, and inside it, us, standing exactly as we were now. Only in the reflection we weren't moving. We were staring forward, pale and still like mannequins. A drop of water slid from the mirror's edge and hit the floor. Then another. Then a steady drip. The puddle was growing dark and cold. Suddenly, every light in the house burst on, blinding white. The thing from the porch was gone. The door stood wide open, showing only the rain outside. For a second I thought it was over. Then the TV crackled again, even though it wasn't plugged in. The woman's voice came through, but this time it was layered, like many people whispering the same words. "You watched the ritual." Our faces appeared on the screen. Maya's, mine, and behind us, Ben's. He was smiling, pale and still. The sound returned, soft and clear through the static. A whisper. From both the TV and the night air. "Never watch the ritual again." Then the screen went dark. And the house exhaled, long and cold, as if something inside had finally finished watching us.